On floor 12-3 of the 2.8 Spiral Abyss, the Ruin Serpent has a move where it charges up a ball of energy and then releases a strong attack after it's fully charged. The attack itself is pretty strong, but it's not too hard to iframe it with a burst. The bigger issue with this move is the fact that it takes so long and that the boss has significantly increased res while it's charging up. The charging time alone is about 15 seconds, which really feels like an eternity when you're trying to get a 3-star clear. Luckily, there is a way to counter this move. When the Ruin Serpent starts charging up, the first 4 segments of its body will light up and start glowing like this. What you need to do is disable all of those segments by hitting each one with an attack. If you're able to disable all 4 of those cores, the boss will shut down and enter a state of vulnerability for about 10 seconds. Let's watch that again in slow motion. After the first cast of Xingqiu's skill, you can see that the first and 4th segments are no longer glowing. And then during Xingqiu's burst, the second segment gets hit and disabled off-screen. Based on this, my guess is that it doesn't have to be a damage-dealing hit to disable those cores as long as it's an ability that can stagger. And finally, in this frame, only the 3rd segment is still glowing, and in just a few frames, Xingqiu's skill will connect and disable that one as well. Once all 4 of those cores are disabled, the boss goes down and I have a nice window where I can deal damage freely for about 10 seconds. If you're not able to disable all 4 cores in a single phase, the next time the boss uses this attack, it'll remember which cores you've already hit. It's really difficult to see in real time, but in this frame, you'll see that I was able to hit the first 3 segments, but the 4th segment is still glowing. The next time the boss uses this attack, you can see that it starts out with the first 3 cores already disabled and only the 4th one is glowing. So this time I'm able to stun the boss by disabling just that remaining segment. Even if you know the mechanic, it can be hard to hit those cores consistently just because of how quickly the boss moves. So next, I'll go over some tips for hitting those cores, just based on my personal experience of fighting this boss. In general, try to take advantage of the first few seconds of when this attack starts. The boss moves a lot slower during the start of the attack, so that's when you'll have the best chance of hitting those cores. You'll know that the attack is coming when the boss moves to the left or right side of the arena, and kind of just waits before burrowing again. After it unburrows, that's when it'll start charging up the attack. One type of attack that I found works pretty well are fast melee attacks that can hit a wide area. As you saw earlier, Xingqiu's skill was pretty good at hitting the core multiple times. And another one that worked well for me was Raiden's skill, because every time it's triggered, it hits over a pretty big area. The other type of attack that worked well for me was AoE attacks that hit multiple times. AoE bursts like Kazuha, Ayaka, Rosaria, Sayu, or skills like Mona or Kokomi all fit in this category. One character in this category that I want to give special mention to because she was so consistent at stunning the boss is Keqing. When the boss starts dipping down, I use her double skill cast followed by her burst, and that combo would almost always stun the boss. Keqing's burst hits a large area around her and it hits multiple times really quickly, which is pretty ideal for this kind of scenario. Keqing isn't the strongest character in today's meta, but if you have room to slot her into your team, she might be worth considering just for this. Well, that's all I have for countering this really annoying attack. There are a lot of other moves that this boss has which obviously aren't covered in this video, but I thought that most players would have trouble with this attack, so I wanted to make a dedicated video for it before making a more general guide for 12-3. If you do find a specific skill or burst combo that seems to work really well for stunning this boss, please do share it in the comments of this video. Hopefully as more and more people attempt this chamber, we'll get a better idea of which combos or characters can consistently hit those cores. I really hope this helps you on your journey to 36 stars in this version of the Spiral Abyss, and as always, thank you so much for watching.